Got my goat right here. Got my goat over there. I got two pitch hoppers I'm utilizing to travel across this rooftop. It's fairly simple property. See people on the golf course back there. Client's pool. Got my lights laid out. I've been here for about 3 hours, and it's the same property. I told you guys I'll show you a little video of how I actually installed it. So it's been taking a little bit of time to detangle stuff. So all the lighting that I packaged up last year, of course, is tagged. It's organized as far as tagging specific parts of it with color codes. That way, when I go into the tote, I can know exactly, hey, this one has one red piece of tape. This is a starting strand. The second one may have two pieces of red tape. Okay, this attaches to the first strand, the second strand, the first strand, and so on. And also I have jumpers, etc., etc. This display here, I use a lot of shingle tabs on some specific properties. Of course, this is a shingled roof, and I could use tough clips, best clips, all-in-one clips. There's so many different styles of clips. I could be using those. However, I prefer not to, just because I like my displays to look a specific way. The type of bulbs that we use, which is the commercial grade C9 lighting, they look and they illuminate better when they're facing directly towards the front of the property. So for instance, if somebody's in the front of your house, or in front of the street looking directly at the light is shining directly at that person or whoever's looking at it, versus if I use other clips, I would face them up. The easy thing to do is to use tough clips, or any other clip, and that'll be what every installer around here is doing. They're trying to produce at volume. It still looks okay, but it doesn't illuminate it doesn't illuminate like it would if it was facing directly towards the person. So I'm a little bit, I guess you could say, anal about that, but that's the reason why my pictures look amazing as well, because my lights are, they're directioned they're positioned a specific way. That way they illuminate the best. But as you guys can see, I got my see those black things right there? That's called pitch hoppers. So it's a pitch hopper right there. I got my jumpers laid out. I'm trying to get this display in place. It took me a long time to actually detangle this stuff and actually figure out, of course, what goes where. Have to look at the tape and stuff like that. Each year I try to figure out a better way that I can actually tag these things. That way next year the tape hasn't corroded or came off to the point where I can't locate. Say if I tag a line or bulb or something with tape, with two pieces of tape, and say if one of those pieces of tape come off, what happens then is now I have two strands that has one piece of tape on them. So just little stuff like that, trying to get better at tagging stuff. That way it makes it easier for the next year. These shingle tabs, back to the shingle tabs, I can utilize them in multiple pieces of this property. And me personally, oh gosh, I actually, depending on the property, I use different styles of clips. So say like I have some properties that have metal and they have shingle tabs. They have both different material style roofs. Sometimes I switch up the type of clips I use to make sure everything is looking formative, like everything is facing the exact same direction, etc., etc. But definitely a process. So I got all my stuff laid out. I know exactly this strand here is going to go on that peak. This strand here is a starter strand. It's going to go on that one. I got it laid out, but it's definitely a process to get all this stuff detangled. This specific display, I have actually receivers and controllers for the dynamic lighting feature. I'll show you what that looks like. It's right here. See this here? This is connect to 18 sets. This right here is a receiver for the remote control. That I got a couple more controls that I can program for this. But I have like, I think like 6 of these on this property. Reason being is the reefs, I have them on their own receiver, and then I have a few strands that, you know, I try not to go over. I think 70 is the bulb count. I try not to go over on each controller, that way they don't heat up and malfunction or whatever. So that's what I do for that piece. In the meantime, of course, it's hard to try to work unless I got a body cam and actually put these lights on, but I'm gonna go ahead and start getting these lights put on. I just wanted to explain a little bit of my process of what I'm about to do. This is actually the 4th season for this client, and each year, you know, like these, they build onto the display. So for instance, year 1, they may have started out with like a basic roof line. Year 2, you know, they may have added some reefs. Year 3, they're like, oh, let's do the hips, let's do the ridges, let's do the peaks. You know what I'm saying? Each year. So when I'm selling these style of displays, because it's a costly service, I try to tell everyone, you don't have to start out with, if you look at my portfolio and you see all these big nice houses, they didn't start out like that. They typically start out with, you know, something basic at the beginning, like a standard front roof line, and then 2, you know, they start upgrading. But don't look at that and assume that you got to spend, you know, 4 or 5 grand first year, when you can, you know, might spend $1 grand or $2 grand and you kind of be set on the display. And what I do is I have incentive programs, referrals, you know, stuff like that, that I try to incentivize the customer to, you know, help promote the business to an extent, and they can utilize those discounts to kind of build onto their display when other people sign up. It's like, for instance, this is a perfect example, because I got this property here, and then I got that property, and I got properties down there, and I got a few more properties in here, but literally next door neighbors, and those all were a benefit of having this specific client. So definitely I'm trying to continue to grow, but route density is, like anything, is important in this business as well. So my goal is to try to lock down at least, I hope to get at least 5 of these clients in this neighborhood. You know, that would be amazing if I can get just 5 on the exact street that I'm already on. The thing about it is, they've already seen my work. They know exactly what it looked like, and it looks amazing when the season come around. And it's kind of, I know they were jealous last year because their house didn't look as good, but being that I'm out here in October doing a early install for this dynamic display, they're able to utilize the Halloween and Christmas light feature. So people are already seeing me. I've had multiple people stop me, etc., and they're putting inquiries in on my website. So it's like, you know, it's good exposure. But I'm hoping to lock down at least 5 clients on this street. I think that's an accomplishable goal. I have done some marketing in this area, but I'm gonna step it up a notch, because I noticed that if I get a single story property, guys, in this business, if you can get a single story property, those are like gold. Like, I have 0, I think I may have 1 or maybe 2 single story properties, but majority of these properties are 2, 3 stories. Like, for instance, the one over there and the one right there, that's a single story. The one in front of it, that's a 2 story. But majority of them are 2 stories. But down there are some single story properties. So single stories are gold. You know, they're easier to do as far as, you know, the complexity of it. It's just pretty much playing out. But majority of the properties, I would say 98% of the properties I do is 2 story, 3 stories, and I even have one that's 6 stories. But big properties, because it's complex, not any and everyone can do them. You have to utilize special tools, boom lifts, ladders, etc., etc. You got to utilize whatever you can utilize. But for this property, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up, and I'll show you guys what it looked like when I'm done. But I'm gonna be using these shingle tabs here, and typically what I try not to do is pull up on the shingles, but I can either slide it under here or I can slide it under here, but more than likely I'm gonna probably slide them under here. Make sure all these bulbs are facing towards the street. That way, when the person across the street come out of their house, they're like, dang, that display is bright, you know? That's really important to me. So I try not to be volume based. I wanna do the absolute best on these properties, so my clients are like, you know, the brightest on the street. That's what you know, the service that they're paying for. They're paying for have an amazing experience and display, without the hassle of actually going to the store, purchasing lights, getting on rooftops, not having the necessary tools to do so. So I'm gonna continue working on this property, and I got to get it done. Just wanted to babble with you guys for a moment while I'm up here to kind of give you an idea of where it starts. So first thing I did when I got to this property was unloaded the truck. I just brought my little giant, what I extended out so I can actually reach the rooftop. The rooftop to access this roof is like 12 feet high. So I got on from that piece, and then you see this right here. This right here is a goat. I sent my goat up. I see that wheel on the back of the goat. So basically when I was down there, I flipped that upside down and I rolled that up to the top. It's pretty cool little tool, necessary, absolutely necessary to climb these crazy peaks. So once I got that one up, I went back down and I grabbed this pitch hopper. I went back down again and I got this pitch hopper that I'm sitting on. And then I went back down and I got two goats. So this is a bigger gable here. So this is a bit longer. That one over there is not as big. So I made sure it was short and it's perfect. And I sat that one over there. So when I get on that side of the house, I can run up that house and boom, 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 pop these clips on and it's done. But the longest part of this project as of right now is getting everything out, figuring out where everything goes before actually putting it up. Taking me much longer than I wanted to, but I'm gonna go ahead and get her done. Y'all got any questions, drop them down in the comment section. I'll try to get to them and answer them. But yeah, this is what I do in the wintertime outside of landscaping. I've been doing this for 4 years now, and it's proven to be definitely a great industry to be in. My first year I started out and I got a few clients. I think it was like 4 or 5 clients. Second year I went up to about 20 clients. Year after that I went up to about 50 clients. So I'm definitely growing each year. So it's not a small ticket type thing. So although it may not be, you know, a large amount of clients, this is not like lawn care to where, you know, I'm trying to get abundance amount of clients. I don't need as many clients in this industry to be profitable, and it's a short period of a season. So instead of doing an annual maintenance program, to an extent, this right here is, I look at it as it's 60 days. And what I mean by that is from the mid-October to end of November. I'm gonna say a month and a half, 2 months, 60 days of grinding it out every day to, you know, make really good ends, making an annual, you know, pay for some people at certain type of jobs. So it's definitely an industry to be in. But if you guys got any questions, drop them in the comment section below. Y'all want to see me keep making certain type of videos like this, let me know, because I'm trying to share my experience while I'm actually out in the field. There's many things that I can tell you about the mistakes I've made from the beginning of when I got started to where I'm at now. And trust me, growth is not linear. I didn't just shoot straight up to the top. It was a process, and there were things that I did to make provisions to make these things, you know, come into play. But enough with the talk. Let me get back at it. I don't have my hat on because, guys, the sun is out, and it's actually really nice weather. And to be honest, when I was out working yesterday, I got stopped at least, I don't know, probably 5, 6, 7 times when I was working, because people seen the elf hat, they seen my shirt. I just took my vest off because I have like a vest where I keep my snips, and I keep a few tools on my vest. I took it off because it's a little hot, and this project I won't necessarily need to cut anything new or nothing like that. I literally just need to, it's all about placement, putting this stuff in place. So when people see the elf shirt and they see the elf hat, they stop and they got questions. They want theirs done, they want a quote, etc., etc. And I'm trying to avoid stopping as many times. Good thing about today is, yesterday it rained and it was everything on the rooftop, everything up here was wet. So if anybody's in this industry, don't travel, of course, on the rooftop when it's wet, because no matter what type of shoes you have on, you can slip and fall, etc., hurt yourself, break something. So I didn't work the rooftop yesterday, so I was doing everything on the ground. And being that I was on the ground, I was more accessible. Being that I'm on the rooftop, people are driving by like down the street and stuff, they see me, they slowing down there, and then my client is out working in the yard and stuff, but they're not necessarily holding me up today. The only thing that's holding me up is untangling these lights, because it's definitely time consuming. But I got them all untangled, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get these things put in place. That way I can put these receivers in place and program these controllers, make sure everything's good to go for the night, because I don't know if you guys can see down there, but let me show you. My boy got a whole light show going on. This is one of my overachievers. It's going down. It is going down. So this house is probably going to be one of my favorite houses, definitely for Halloween. It's actually one of my favorite clients, and also when it comes to Christmas, they go all out. Favorite client, love these clients. So I take my time on this project to make sure everything looks amazing. I'm not skipping a step, not rushing to get off to the next property. I take my time, do it right, because doing a quality job is going to take me much farther than trying to rush, get it done so I can get to the next property. I'm giving this property my full focus and dotting my T's, make sure everything is programmed correctly, and I'm gonna be gone. But just wanted to bow with y'all. If you didn't see everything in this video, go back to the beginning. I did share a few tips of things that I utilize on this rooftop when trying to reinstall these lights. Got any questions, drop them in the comment section below, and I'll get at y'all later, man. Gotta get to work. Can't be online all day. Later.